Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are actually doing an Etsy shop critique. And this is one of the many critiques that I be doing for free for the entire year. So if you are interested in getting a critique of your Etsy store and you're struggling with sales or maybe you're struggling with SEO, make sure that you sign up today. I will leave the link below the video as well as in the comments section. Now, also, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to learn how to grow an impactful online business, don't forget to subscribe today. Don't forget to show me some love by liking this video and leaving a comment below. So I'm going to head over to my computer to start the critique. I'll see you there. So here we are, and the lucky winner of today's critique is Simona from Grace Aband's shop. So thank you, Simona, for allowing me to do a critique of your shop. So guys, make sure that you leave any tips and tricks that you have for her. I'm trying to create a sense of community where we all help each other. So if you have anything that you want to give her feedback on, or anything that she's doing great, just leave it below. It's just nice to be kind and just say something great to someone that is trying to build their business online. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys are familiar with my critiques, what I do is I take a particular listing and I talk about product photography, I talk about the listing description, I talk about on-page SEO factors, off-page SEO factors, I talk about the curation of the store, branding, and much more. So make sure that you watch all the way to the end. And every tip that I provide in this critique, you guys could apply it for your own store. It doesn't matter whether you sell similar products like her or not. You could definitely learn some new things that you could start applying to your Etsy store. So I'm doing a critique on this particular listing here. And the first thing I always talk about is product photography. And product photography is really important when you sell on an e-commerce platform because that's the first thing people see. So your product photography should be something that's going to get people's attention. It's going to be something that is going to make somebody want to go ahead and buy from you. It has to be the best photo, especially the main photo has to be the attention grabber. So when people are looking at your listing in the search feed, when they're looking at it, let's say these are all your other competitors around you, you want to make sure that their eyes go to your product and services. I think you did a good job with the photo. I personally think that what you need to do is work on one, branding, so you could identify yourself as a strong brand. And branding is having a cohesive look across all of your photos, that when people see this one here, this one, or even this one in the search feed, they know that it's coming from the same store. Right now, it doesn't look like you have a brand identity. So therefore, if I saw all of these products online, I would think they're coming from different stores, not from your store. So that's the first thing I will work on is making sure that you are branding yourself correctly. Branding yourself correctly will help you stand out in a saturated market. It will help you with people remembering who you are, and it will help you grow in general. So you have to keep that in mind. You could do it yourself by researching online. There's a lot of free videos on YouTube, a lot of free material on Pinterest or Google, or you could hire someone to do it for you. There are companies out there that would do your branding for you and set everything else for you, like your colors, your font. They'll help you with your mission statement. They'll help you with getting everything situated. So therefore, when you are promoting your products, you always keep your brand in mind and your target audience in mind. So that would be one thing I would highly recommend. Great job for having a picture of the product open. The picture is a bit blurry. You can barely see the lines here. So I would definitely make sure that whatever photos you upload on Etsy, they are the best as possible at that given moment. And I know, like for me personally, I'm constantly changing things because 6 months from now, I'll be like, oh, I could do better, and I'll do a better photo, right? Or I could do a better banner. I'm always constantly changing because I do it all myself. So I know I'm not the best photographer when it comes to my digital products. So making sure that your products are showcased in a really great picture is really important. Always keep in mind a bad photo could prevent you from making a sale. Great job for having a picture showcasing the little pocket on the side of the journal. But this picture also is a bit blurry up here, so it's not the best quality of picture. Addition to that, what I recommend is redoing these photos, but then also recommend adding additional photos. How do you package this journal? Nowadays, people are buying more online than ever before. They're buying for gifts for other people. So if you could showcase how you package your items, they might be more inclined to buy from you because they might see something and say, oh, I love her packaging. I need to get this from her. So having a picture like that, having another picture where you tell people, don't forget to favorite this listing or don't forget to favorite our shop. The reason why is because every single time you have somebody favorite your store, I think at the current moment you have 4. I checked earlier. Every single time you update a new listing, you got 4 right now, or you update in like pricing on this particular item, anyone that favorite this item, they get a notification. So this is free advertising. They get a notification saying that you actually have a special going on. And when they get that notification, what happens now is that you're able to possibly get more sales. So just keep that in mind. Every strategy that I'm going to be talking about in the actual video, if you start applying all of these strategies together, eventually all of these things will help you leverage your business to the next level and get more sales to your Etsy store, which is the ultimate goal. So having more pictures of your journal, having somebody maybe sitting down on a chair, on a desk, writing in the journal, that's a great way to showcase your journal. Having how you package your journal, having the little picture that says, don't forget to favorite this listing. Addition to that, having an email list. I don't see that you have that anywhere in your store. Collecting emails is so important when it comes to any type of business, whether it's Etsy or not Etsy. So an email list is going to help you, one, retarget people back, have people coming back to your services all year round, even if the algorithm change, even if you haven't updated your SEO, even if you haven't updated new listings. This is how many stores sell on a continuous basis, but there are the stores that struggle and can't get more sales. That's why, because they have a list that they keep marketing and nurturing and telling them, hey, these are our new products. So you need to start doing that. On top of that, when you have an email list, you're able to remarket to these people later on through Facebook ads. And you could tell Facebook, I want to show my ads to people that are in my email list. And then these are people that are already warm. They already know who you are. So when you do this, they're more inclined to buy from you. So definitely work on having some type of text asking people to join your email list for an exchange of a lead magnet, for an exchange of a discount, for an exchange of anything that you want to give, as long as you get that email. That's the most important thing. So those would be my suggestion for your photos. Now for your title, you want to make sure that your main keyword, if this is your main keyword here, personalized A5, if that's your focus keyword, you want to have it here, and you also want to have it in the first 155 characters, which is considered the meta description. And then you also want to have it in your tags, and this is called an on-page SEO factor. So right now, you're telling Etsy that your main keyword is personalized A5, but you have not optimized your meta description with that keyword, and you don't have it as a regular keyword. So you're not doing SEO or optimizing SEO correctly, which is fine. And this is why we are doing the critique. And it's a learning curve, and there's so many things you have to learn, especially when you first start with Etsy. So I do understand that is one of those things that it takes time to learn, and you're gonna do it wrong and do it again, and eventually you get to it. But that's the first key. I know you mentioned that a lot of your keywords, have 0 views, and I will kind of talk about that as well. But keep in mind that optimizing your listing for SEO correctly is important, because if you want to sell online, whether it's your blog, whether it's Shopify, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Etsy, whether it is a different site that you use, you have to get familiarized with SEO. SEO is going to be a term that's never going to leave your site if you're selling online. It's the way that the algorithm, is the way that Google and Xe know what this page is about. And the way that they recognize what it's about is having those keywords that you want to rank for. So I personally don't think this is a good keyword to put in the beginning of your title. If I'm looking for a journal, I don't think I type in personalized A5 in the search feed. I could be wrong. There might be people out there that do, but I don't necessarily think that's the best space for your focus keyword, which means it's the most important keyword out of all the keywords in your page. How I pick the focus keyword is based on my research. I sit down, I think about 10 to 15 keywords. It could be keywords or unique phrases that describes exactly what I sell. And then from there, I take the keyword that has the highest search volume with the lowest competition, and I use that as my focus keyword. And every other keyword, I optimize my listing description with the keywords, and then I use them as tags as well. So that's how normally I do it. So you definitely want to put your focus keyword up here. You want to make sure that you didn't do too much keyword stuffing, so I don't think it's bad. What you want to make sure is that your main keyword is in the beginning, follow with like a short description of what you're selling, and that's about it. And normally sometimes I even put a call to action. It could be like learn more below or click to get yours today. Anything that you're somewhat telling the reader what steps you want them to do next. And that's a call to action. Now, also, I noticed that you're not using all 13 tags. I think you were using only 12. So you want to make sure that all your listings, you have all 13, because the more tags, the more chances of people finding your products. So let's look at your keywords real quick, and we'll come back to the actual listing description. So your keywords, I know you mentioned a lot of them have 0. And it could be different reasons. This could be one, maybe people are not necessarily searching for this on Etsy, but it could also be greatly due to the fact of the pandemic and everything we're going through right now. There's a less demand of people searching for this, and the numbers are skewed. In 3 months from now, when things get back to whatever normalcy we're going to get back to, it might be different. You might come back and research keywords, and these numbers might be higher, right? So the best thing that you could do is take an educated guess. When you are doing research, one, picking keywords that are not competitive, picking keywords that are not too broad, making sure that you pick keywords that your target audience is looking for. If I was looking for running shoes as a woman, don't use the word shoes. That's too general. You're going to get a lot of views, a lot of clicks, a lot of likes, but that hurts your conversion rate because people are not buying. So therefore, you want to only use keywords that are very targeted to your target audience. So a good keyword instead of shoes, it will be women's running shoes, because that's what I was looking for. So that's more of a target audience. My impressions will be low, my views will be a lot less, but the quality of people will be better because these are people that are actually interested in my products and services. So that would be kind of the way that you want to do your keyword research. I recommend using eRank. You could do the free version. I use the eRank Pro, and I recommend using the Keyword Explorer when you're doing keyword research, because you could put in a keyword and it will tell you the competition, it will tell you the average search volume, and then from there you could pick which keywords resonate with your audience. You did a good job for majority of your keywords, I believe. Maybe something like this is too broad. Custom stationery, that could be a little bit of anything. And when you Google it on Etsy, or when you do a search, on Etsy, there's about 76,000. The competition is not as high. However, it's not, you see how it's not too many journals? Custom stationery is more of like these type of items. So that wouldn't be particularly a good keyword for you, in my opinion. And what happens is if you use the wrong keywords, over time, when you list a new product on Etsy, if a lot of people like it and buy from you, you become a bestseller. If a lot of people don't buy from you, but they're viewing your listing, you become it becomes buried in the search results. And there's a reason why it's for that. The main reason is due to the fact that you're showing your products to the wrong people. So therefore, you're not targeting the right people. So make sure that when you are using your keywords, you are thinking about things that describes exactly what you sell, but also targets your target audience. And I would definitely remove that one and just do research again, having that in mind and seeing if you could get better keywords. And the average search volume, I always try to stick with 500 or more. Competition, 30,000 or less. That's kind of like the numbers that have worked for me that I recommend. You don't want to have a keyword that's too competitive, because in the future, if you start running like Etsy ads, your cost per click is always going to be very high because you're using a keyword that many people are competing with. So therefore, it's harder for you to rank. So just keep that in mind. It's really important for you to understand how that works, the click-through rate of keywords. Other than that, once you have your new keywords, you will go back to your listing and you would take your focus keyword, and that will be in your beginning of your title. That will be also placed in the first 155 characters of your meta description. And this is your meta description. This is what's shown to Google. So anybody that types in personalized A5, this is what they get. So you want to make sure that it's enticing. It makes somebody want to click to learn more about your products. So that's why it's so important to have not only your main keywords to tell Google what your product is about, but to have a small description follow with some sort of call to action. Other than that, you definitely have done a good job with your listing, but the only thing you have not done is optimize your listing for SEO. So SEO is gonna help you because that's what drives you traffic to your store. So if you're not optimizing your listings, you're not gonna get the traffic. So just keep that in mind. So making sure that you add the additional keywords in your listing description, making sure that your listing description is very user friendly. People know how to order, what they're getting, returns and refunds. I include everything in the listing because a lot of people is their first time on Etsy. They might not know where to go find the refund and return policy, and you want to make it as user friendly as possible. People nowadays, if it's not simple or they feel like it's too complicated, they're gonna just leave and go somewhere else. So you definitely want to make it as simple as possible. I would include everything and anything they need to know about the order, and make sure that you craft a listing description that's engaging, that when people are reading it, it evokes a feeling of wanting to buy from your store. And why should they buy from you, right? So having some sort of the reason why they should buy this journal from your store. Let me look at your attributes real quick. So category, you did a great job. Attributes, you did a great job. I mean, the color is pink and black. I'm not sure if it's a graduation gift, but I mean, I could see it as well. Be careful with attributes because they do act like tags. So it could be a positive and negative. Positive is if you choose the right attributes and people see your products and they buy from you, you get more sales. If you choose the wrong attributes and more people are exposed to your listings, but people are not buying, then it becomes not a bestseller. It becomes like buried in the search results because the algorithm takes notice and says, well, not too many people are buying this listing, so let's go ahead and bury it. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing attributes. But other than that, it looks good. I just think you need to optimize your listing for SEO because ultimately that's what's going to drive you more traffic. Great job for having a link that goes directly to your homepage. This does help engage your customers and keep them in your store longer versus going down and now interacting with your competitors. So great job on that. Let's go back to your actual shop. I think that you have a beautiful banner. You have a beautiful photo of yourself. You have a profile picture here. My suggestions is to work with someone, even if you don't know how to do it yourself, but branding. Get a banner, get a logo. I don't necessarily think you should have this picture as your logo. because you want to have something that people will start recognizing you as a brand, as a company. So I recommend having a logo. I recommend having a banner with your custom colors, with your custom fonts. I recommend in your banner having your social media handles, having your email list link so people could sign up for your email list. I recommend also your social media outside of Etsy also having the same logo as well. I don't see an about me story. I recommend adding that. Take advantage. If you're going to sell on Etsy, take advantage of everything they provide you. The about me story added. Is every single person going to read it? Probably not. But you are going to get those random people that read about who you are. And that could potentially lead them to want to buy from you. So the about me story is just a short story of who you are, why you started on Etsy, what makes your store different. Then you could add your email list there. Then you could add your social media handles there. But it's important because when people buy from Amazon, they don't say the store name. They say, I got this from Amazon. But when people buy on Etsy, they will say, I got this from Grace Abond's shop. They're remarkable. You should check them out. Another thing is when you're choosing banners and you're promoting your name of your store, don't choose fonts like these. This is a beautiful font, but it's really hard to read. So when people look at this, they won't remember your shop. Like, there's people that this is going to be too difficult for them to read because of the type of cursive. You do better with having regular banners with like regular text box. If you're going to do a script type of font, one that's very easy to read will work very well. So just keep that in mind. It's just a tip. Having a logo is really important. Having a banner, collecting your emails, having your about me story. Also optimizing your name sections. That's really important to have that. So looking up 10 to 15 keywords that describes the products and services that you sell and taking those keywords and using them in your tagline, in your name section, in your about me story, only so Google and Etsy's algorithm knows what your store is all about. In addition to that, one thing I noticed is that you're selling a little bit of too much. You have stickers, you have mugs, you have clothing, you have home decor. You got to stick with one niche, especially when you're first starting. It doesn't mean, you could put a whole bunch of stuff and test it out. People do that. There's people in YouTube that do that. They do a whole bunch of different videos about different stuff. And whatever they start getting a lot of traction, that's what they stick with. And then from there, they create a whole robust line of videos about YouTube or about Instagram, depending on what was the particular video that they did that performed the best. And you could essentially do that. You could open a store and say, okay, this is going to be the trial period. I'm going to add, it's more work, but you could do it. It's not like, written in stone that you can't do it. However, once you start analyzing, okay, these are the things that people are buying the most from me, then you need to make a decision and create a product line based on those products. Stop adding so many things. It confuses your audience. It's harder for you to target people. Later on, if you want to do like a Facebook ad, or if you want to do an Instagram ad, or if you want to like go out and find your people on social media, it's so much harder because you got too many people that you're trying to target. So therefore, it's harder for you to scale your business. But once you grow and you scale your business, people will start telling you, like your own audience will start telling you, I would like to see more of this. I would like to see more of that. And from there, you start creating a robust line around those products. And then you can start adding more and more different types of products. And then you're good. But in the beginning, if you narrow down your niche, it's going to be better. A lot of people think if they narrow down their niche, they are narrowing down their sales. But this is actually far from the truth. I talk about this all the time. So I think that you're selling too many different types of products. You could always test them out and see which ones perform better and kind of stick with that. That's fine. If you do that any of you guys listening right now, you could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But eventually you need to stick to one or two products and that's it. When you have too many, it just becomes too much confusion for everyone. Especially for you as a seller, because you're trying to find your target audience, but you got like 5 different target audience. So it's going to be harder. But other than that, I do want to say you do have beautiful products. You have a great store. You started a store, so you should be very proud of yourself. There's many people right now that've never started a business because they're too scared to put themselves out there. So the fact that you have, just, take time to be proud. Now is the time to figure out, okay, how can I scale my business to the next level? What are the things that I need to change, and make those changes? And you're going to fail and you're going to have success. That's just life, right? You might make 7 more mistakes before you make the big one that takes you to the next level. That's just how it works. But these are my tips for today. Guys, if you have any additional tips, leave them below. And thank you everyone for watching.